Live from Fox 35 and the Orlando Sentinel, this is Orlando News Now.
This story right here, a guy from right here in Florida arrested for a threat. Police say 20-year-old Joshua Goldberg targeted the Kansas City 9/11 Memorial stair climb event, which they do each and every year. According to police records, back in July, Goldberg started communicating online with an undercover FBI informant. He gave that person information on how to build a bomb with a pressure cooker, nails, and even rat poison.
The informant mentioned Kansas City, saying he was here, and that was a way for the local FBI just to maintain control of the investigation. It looks like this person lived in this fantasy world, at least tried to create this fantasy world online, that he was some mastermind terrorist, capable of getting people to do things, which was only in his own mind.
Yeah, reading a lot of these reports, John, it sounds like this guy really, I don't know if delusional is the right word. That's one of the words that I had read in one of the reports here, because he really believed that he could have a huge impact. But they're like, he was just some guy online once again trying to put information out there. So they don't think it was a credible threat. But again, a guy faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. And organizers say, you know what, you're not going to stop us. They're doing that event today. So it is still nice to see people pause and remember what happened there, John.
Yeah, and that's actually a wild story. I read this on the Jacksonville's website, the newspaper over there, and they had mentioned that the guy Goldberg, he said that he was going to tell investigators that if he successfully created the bomb, he was going to alert authorities and sort of look like a hero. So it's a wild story coming out of this attack that could have happened in Missouri.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some other headlines here. We'll get back with you in just a second, John. We want to talk about some of the items in the news right now. Convicted killer Besman Okafor has a court hearing in about an hour and a half from right now. Essentially, this is the last-ditch effort by the defense to ask the judge to spare his life. Just a couple weeks ago, a jury decided Okafor should get the death penalty for killing 19-year-old Alex Zaldivar back in 2012. Zaldivar was supposed to testify against Okafor in a separate home invasion trial. The judge can go along with the jury's decision or decide on a different sentencing.
Gene, you like to rob banks. What's going on, buddy? How much money do you think?
Also, that was the scene this morning. Serial bank burglar busted again. FDLE says they caught 49-year-old Gene Schuler in the act early this morning at the Fifth Third Bank there in Daytona Beach. Schuler had just gotten out of prison in June after serving time for previous bank burglaries. Authorities think he may have been involved in as many as 24 bank burglaries since getting out of prison. And this one happened at 3 a.m. The bank wasn't even open. And interesting, they were already watching this guy. He had a surveillance going on. And I guess he went to the bank and they saw it happening. They're like, well, this is an easy catch. And now that guy, still in police custody today. John, I was just thinking these investigators who had been following him had to be thinking, is this guy seriously going to a bank at 3 in the morning? And why? And they're watching it. They're watching apparently the whole thing transpire. Here's what the police report says.
And they've been watching him for months. He had just got out of jail for, I believe, bank robbing, and then he goes out and does it again. And yeah, they've been watching him, and sure enough, he goes to another bank at 3 a.m. and breaks in, and they catch him.
I can just imagine those guys sitting in the car. Is he really? Really? He's doing this right now. We're sitting right here. So that was an easy catch.
You can catch Orlando News Now every weekday on OrlandoSentinel.com.
We're live at noon. See you then.